It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent his messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the message, not to oppose. But by them understanding through those who have become Messiahs, to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque and in the same church in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion. That is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who were the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, the path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness. By giving will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to become arrogant in the power that you have understood and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised, and this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul, and we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees, that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of the president. They all shine irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but we star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand. To be there, to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become. In being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life, in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle. Which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe and in the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Hello and welcome everyone to the 178th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the public teachings in English. My name is Rick Cramond. I'll be a host today along with Mark and Moshfaq. And I believe we're ready to begin today's workshop with the Universal Council. Let me just get the appropriate frame up here. So if someone would like to begin by reading this beginning.
Yes, hello, Rick, can you hear me?
Yes, make sure your microphone is not hitting on something. It sounds like it's being touched.
Now, it's all right?
I think so. Just don't touch the microphone.
Okay,
okay. We can hear noise in the microphone.
Now it's okay?
No.
Okay, I'm here. Now, can you hear properly?
Yes, I think so. It sounds good there now. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, my dear Rick. I'm Shweta Anwar, UC Hindi language. And welcome, my dear one. Suswagatam. Welcome to the One Planet, One Nation, One Race for World Peace. Welcome to the beautiful energy of Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute. Welcome to the beautiful energy of the knowledge seekers of Keshe Foundation. Welcome to the beautiful energy of the Universal Council support and Universal Council members. Welcome to the beauty and totality. So I want to add something that these words, what I'm going to read, is on not only words, they are architect of the unified field of the universal creator with all the ethos of goodness in it. So feel it, understand it. Understanding is very, very much necessary as we are all in a unified field of the creator and as creator as well. So I'm reading the words, beautiful words. Through the beauty of the soul of diversity of the languages spoken on planet Earth, all souls are as equal and all are creators and they are created in the image of the creator. So beautiful ones, beautiful souls. Thank you. Thank you so much. Salam, namaste, salute. Thank you, dear Rick. Thank you, my dear.
Okay, next we have the World Peace Project.
Hello.
Hello, Stefania.
Good evening, good afternoon. Yeah, can you hear me? Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Sorry.
Not too bad. Yep, go ahead.
But do I have a good? Not too bad. Yes. Yes. So, project One City One Center. I would like to show again what Mr. Keshe told us last Thursday. I thought was very important and relating to One City, One Center, because from his talk, you can kind of the need of world peace. Why is important that we all sharing the same vision of a world peace. And also in this talk, he also make understand what we can do, each one of us, how the action of each one of us create a reaction. So this is explaining very well, and how we are connected with one another in this totality. And here explained it very well. So I thought to listen again, because by re-listening, we understand the importance of the peace treated, and we understand also our conduct in our to our life and to this planet. So if you don't mind, Erika, I would like to if you can put it on so we can listen to it. Thank you. It's a little bit long. Will be 20, maybe 25. I don't know, something like that minutes. Yes, enjoy.
Okay. Okay, this is from the 388th Knowledge Seekers Workshop from last Thursday, July 8th. Yeah, from the studios of KF TV, and we look forward to that. So, Mr. Keshe, are you ready to go to deliver today's workshop?
Yes, good morning, good day to you, as usual. Wherever and whenever you listen to this series of knowledge seekers of Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute, we welcome you back to the 388th live session of this series of teachings. And it's becoming very interesting now how knowledge seekers, or people who come to seek new knowledge, refer to each session. Such and such a topic is in such and such a session number, so and so. We have established the ground for what we call referring back to and expanding the knowledge. This is part of our work to bring knowledge freely accessible to everyone, that in time of need, one can decide in how they can use the knowledge to their benefit, be it on the health, be it on the space, be it on producing anything or conditions for them to have a better life, or creating better life for others. Keshe Foundation Knowledge Seekers has become the cornerstone of knowledge for many, many organizations. They learn from it, they add their knowledge to it, and they expand it in new dimensions and directions. We see a lot of usage of Keshe Foundation technology by different organizations and applications. And we have started asking them to join us to show how they use it, how they benefit by it, and how we can use this knowledge collectively to make a better life. In past nearly 2 years, we have targeted on the development and understanding of the inner system working of the man itself. As man was too physical, he was interested in the magraphs, in cups of life and everything else. But in essence, we try to bring you a new dimension, a new understanding, a new way of thinking about yourself, more than the physical dimension. Understanding that a physical dimension is controlled by a central station, it's called the soul of the man, which again itself is controlled by a central station, what we call the creator. In physical dimension, we connect ourselves through our emotion and through our brain to what we call our soul. And the same goes with our soul in position and dimension, connects itself to a higher dimension, more inner sanctums of life. In a way, if you look at it, we use what we call the physical soul and the cells of the physical brain of the man to, in a way, create a condition of interaction between the energies of the soul of the man and the soul of physicality, to give the physicality of the man a reaction gap, that how it will react to its environment. But at the same time, the same thing exists between the soul of the man and the soul of the creator. In that gap, what we call the brain, or the process of the conversion of the feels and emotions, both the creator and the man receive the same emotions. So in a way, we upgrade, we transform energy one level higher. In a way, what we see is we use the brain of the man in a much more condensed way to create a fast interaction between the energies of the soul of the man and the soul of the physicality of the man. And in that interaction, we create emotions or reactions. But the same thing exists, the soul of the man, what it receives from interaction of the emotion of the physicality, it receives and it transfers that in its position and condition in respect to the other souls. In a way, what are called the brain of the unicos, the brain of the universe. And in that process, it interacts with what we call the soul of the existence of the universe, the totality of the dimensions. In a way, our physical emotion creates a physical reaction in our physical body. But at the same time, as it transfers energy back to the soul of the man, that energy, that emotion, it creates a secondary emotion and reaction between the soul of the man and the soul of others, and the totality of the unical soul, the soul of the creator. So in a way, now for the first time we understand every action has a reaction, and that reaction, it places us and positions us in the universal community. We decide how we interact, and then we decide to what extent that interaction, without us knowing, will dictate our future. When a man kills a man, then he thinks that's it. I'm a soldier, I'm being told to shot. I'm killed. God, the soul has seen the other soul which is killed. Then that soul sets everything up for the soul of the man you have taken the life of to balance with your soul in the future. Out of nowhere, you lose your child, get shot. Out of nowhere, you find a loss. And then you say, oh, this accident happened. There was no accident. There was no coincidence. The balance of the souls, the emotion of understanding, the emotion of the presence brings that condition of what are called balancing of the souls in respect to the soul of physicality and the emotion which has created that condition. This is why we forbid kingship, because in that process, one decides on other people's life which has no right to. The soul of the man has to be independent. Soul of the man has to be the king of itself, physicality, and the right of direction and motion with emotion of his creator, the bigger structure.
In so many ways, mankind comes to understand there's a bigger picture. I work as a self-employed businessman, but I am actually a member of a big company. My wages are paid by their action and not just me thinking I run a plumber job and I get paid. The whole structure is how we plumb our system to each other, how we allow the flow of the fields of what we call the water to go through the physicality of the man, through the blood of the man, to the emotion of the man, and then its interaction with the receives to the soul of the Creator. In so many ways, mankind has always looked at his end, has never looked at the other end. When the rays of the sun radiate on earth, some of it, for what is created, rains back on the sun too. Then that creates the interaction between the earth and the sun and how things will take place. As a human being, we always looked at our own end. The interaction of the fields of the sun and earth creates light on earth. But that itself, those fields are not in one-way direction and dimension. Some of those fields get attracted back by fields of what we call the sun. And then the space gap between the sun and the earth becomes a brain cell, what we emotionally create. Many times in the dimension of the physical cosmology and what are called science of the cosmos, many scientists have never considered this. We always look at the light, what we see from our end. If that light is created, it's two-dimensional. The others on the other side see the light too. And so that's the information, that's the emotion that our light has created and gives back to them. If you understand this, then we understand the soul of the man shines in front of his Creator. We are not the only one who see the beauty of the Creator, but the emotion of our interaction with our Creator shines on him too. This is what mankind, and in the future, in the space technology, will understand. This is where, if you understand it in a bigger dimension, and you can create that interaction, you travel on the feedback of that light to the Creator, to the point of destination you want to go to. When a star shines on you, it's not that you only see the shining of the star. You shine in front of the star too. So you can use that feedback for travel back to the position and the dimension and direction. This becomes as part of the understanding collective and total understanding of the transportation, transmutation, and connection between the dimension of the soul of the man, the physicality of the man, man transporting itself through the dimension of the universe without burning any fuel. Because what we say is what we see is being seen too by the other side what we have looked at. The same strength as we have taken from the dimension, we can use to travel back to the dimension we want to be. In a way, mankind will learn new ways of traveling, new ways to connect the physicality and the soul of the man and understanding of the creation in the dimension of the physicality and the soul of the Creator together. This part of the teaching is what will come to many of you, where we start bringing the dimension of the physicality, the dimension of the soul of the man, the understanding of the knowledge of the creation, the Creator, transportation and transmutation, all together in one go. It's time for mankind to elevate not only his knowledge, not only his soul, but to understand how to interact, how to bring the two together to enjoy a new dimension in life, in that new dimension in the world of the creation. In so many ways, gradually we'll introduce systems that allows you to see, to understand this transportation, to understand this new dimension, that while you have a brain interacting with the soul of physicality and the soul of the man, the soul of the man creates interaction with the soul of the universe, and it has a brain structure. And that interaction creates emotions. it creates motions and directions. And if one doesn't work, the other one works for it. In so many ways, if you look at the physical dimension of the man, we have the same process. We have a feedback. We have a condition that if one disbalances, one gets alarmed, one gets set off. In the body of the man, you have the blood circulation, which carries the emotion, and then you have the nerve system, which defines the interaction of physical dimension of the transmutation of the emotion to physicality. In so many ways, what we see is the same. One is gravitational and one is magnetical. And when the two disbalances, we see, we feel, and we understand the disbalance. When, for example, when you put your arm under your body and you block the blood vessels, we call it pins and needles. But where does it come from? The reality of it is that we disturb the balance flow of the one in respect to the other. The neural system receives its information, but the blood system does not carry that information, which usually does. So the difference between the two creates these electric shocks, what we call pins and needles. Now we understand this process, so we can understand further. We can call one gravitational and one magnetical, and they both have to be consistent. They both have to be in position and position of each other's information to be able to function correctly. This is where the mankind will come to learn he needs bigger dimension of understanding of even his own existence. Understanding the totality, understanding that the life of the man is replicated in every dimension and in every condition and every structure of the life. We can create conditions to show where it is, how it is. We can create systems, we can develop facilities for you to be able to understand it and see it. This is why, for example, in the enhancement unit, we say this is where the physicality of the man meets the soul of the man, because we create a communication not only between the soul of the man and the soul of physicality, we facilitate a new dimension of existence that it can bring what we call, what is shortfall, what is short in understanding of the totality of the connection between the two systems. In so many ways, the newer space systems, the new understanding of the technology is very simple. It's us who has made it difficult for ourselves. In so many ways, the whole body of the man has to function correctly, that all the information transferred, translated, and acted upon becomes one, that the body of the man works as one entity. And this is part of what, in many teachings, we say that mankind needs to walk away from the behavior of killing. Because if oneself carries that process, the rest can get infected, the rest will receive the information and energy, and they convert. This is why we have strived to create a peaceful man out of the man as totality, because the soul of the creation is one brain, one structure. And we have to make sure that the whole structure carries the message. And this is one of the reasons that in the upcoming positions and conditions which is created with the Keshe Foundation, we start creating conditions that not only the only man, but the world leaders understand there is a need for a total condition of peace, peaceful understanding, behavior, and life, that the humanity as a whole can go to the next step. The responsibility of the future leaders of man is to create that condition that the whole, what we call the brain of the humanity, which is the totality of all the beings on this planet, because man with his intelligence is responsible for totality, works in the same way, in a peaceful way, that allows the peaceful interaction of the soul of the planet with the soul of the universe. Now is not if we come to understand and become part of the universal community as human race, but we as a plant, we as an ant, we as a lion, we as a bird, then we become responsible for this understanding. It's the burden which we accepted. We called ourselves the king of animals. And the kingship at this level needs justice, needs correct behavior, needs to be equal to all. Don't do what you don't like to be done to. This is part of the process of elevation of the soul of the man. This is part of the elevation of the soul of the human race. And this as a whole is a part of the elevation of the totality of the planet, what we call soul, in respect to the soul of the universe. There's no use treating the cancer in the liver, but the cancer already exists in the brain and the stomach. The cancer of killing, the cancer of destruction, the cancer of destroying whatever is in man's possession, that it will destroy and kill to get more, to steal from another essence of being, because the man is that liver. What about the stomach, which is the plants and the rest? What about the birds, which are the heart and the rest of us? Now we understand how collectively and individually every soul is responsible to do good, to act good, and to think good. And in that way, it brings the promise of unity in collectively behaving the same. In the coming time, we'll introduce the systems, as we are developing more and more of, to facilitate for more people to be able to create that connection between the soul of physicality and the soul of the man, and then the soul of the human race and the soul of the community of the planet Earth and the soul of the Creator. Jumping from 1 to 2, 3 levels higher is not easy unless you're elevated and understood how to reach the inner sanctums of the energy of the plasma of the soul of the man. In a way, from now on, we start introducing mutual system, one in the physical and one in the dimension of the soul, that gradually mankind will jump that barrier. Gradually mankind becomes aware of the essence of his creation, his responsibility for his claim to be the best, to be the top of the what we call the structure. Getting to the top has a lot of responsibilities. Being the king of animals has more responsibilities, to be correct, to be just, and to be able to keep that there is no kingship. In so many ways, we reach the pivotal point of connecting the physical dimension of the man to the soul of the man. And in a way, step by step, very, very tender positions and movement bring you as a human race into the dimension of understanding, to feel, to touch not only your soul, but the soul of the planet, to become, to understand that you're responsible for every step you take. In so many ways, mankind from now on, from the teachings we will have the option of the both. And in a way, he has to make an option of both. You have no choice, because the knowledge is rapidly dispersing, and the knowledge rapidly is given to man in different shape and form for him to reach the pivotal point of bringing the soul of the physicality, the soul of the man, and the soul of the planet, and the soul of the universe, and the soul of the Creator, all to work at the same time. Now you're aware of it. You're responsible for it. There's no use brushing it on the carpet. This carpet does not exist. The carpet of I do what I like, and the carpet of I create and move everything for the others to pay for my misconduct is over. In so many ways, in truth, the time of Mitra has come. In the future, you will understand and will explain to you what the true Mitra means.
Stefania, is that complete, or do we carry on with that?
Thank you.
Sorry, your sound is breaking up there. I think you have a bandwidth problem.
No, perfect. It was this. I just we can go on and on. Because, tell me when you listen, when you hear me better. I'm moving. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Not very good now. No. Hello. Can't hear you right now.
Perfect. So I don't move from here. Can you hear me? No, very good.
We can hear.
Now,
we can kind
that's
of.
where I'm unfortunately, I don't have. Hello.
We can hear you now.
So
yeah.
Yes. So what Mr. Keshe said the last Thursday. Okay, I don't know. Perfect. What about now? Because I'm looking for a position where I got better reception.
It's better. Yes, it's definitely better.
Perfect. Yes. So I just wanted to release in this part because from here we can understand from what Mr. Keshe said. I mean, this is what I understood. It's my interpretation. It gave us the full picture of the reason why it's important to work together as one. And also the importance of this peace treaty, that we have to work to bring peace in the world is very, very essential now, more than anything. Now that the technology and the science became so forward now, as you know, that it's very essential to work together. So that's why there is a urge of also make one city, one center as a project, because there is the urge to really understand how our body works, how the universe works, how everything around us works. So we have the knowledge, and we have to just keeping constantly remind ourselves that if we work together, so if we work together, if we create a center, if we create a research center, and we all experimenting, applying the plasma in our daily life, and also we listen and we gain knowledge and we share knowledge freely. In this way, we're gonna become much easier for us to understand how to apply this technology, or how or how even just to how to know how our body interact, our soul soul of the universe. All this is good because at the end of it, can you hear, or it's a bad reception?
And it's not very good, but we can hear basically what you're saying.
Okay. Just this, that the bottom line, if we learn what Mr. Keshe teaching to us, we can have a very good life, very happy life. So that's why we want to do this project, to be able to understand how to use and how to apply this technology in a daily life, and to understand how our body works. So I just to let you know, from last time, I started to saying that, for example, one way to connect together, I come with this idea, just to know what you think. of doing this network of knowledge.
Sorry, you broke up there.
Around the world, where we can share knowledge and work. And I have some feedback from some knowledge seeker. They contact me and they really like.
Stefania, we can't tell what you're saying. Could you say that again, please? Hello?
They really like the idea of making this, we can connect.
Stefania, could you say your last 2 or 3 sentences over again, because we couldn't really make sense of it?
I just said that last week I started with this idea of make a network between all the knowledge seekers, where we can exchange knowledge and work with each others. Like I said, that would be nice to have an app, like application you have in the phone, where you can search for a knowledge seeker around the world, or you can see projects that people do and see if they need a help in exchange of food, accommodation. And I had the feedback. Some people really liked it as idea, so they really like to go forward with this idea. So if anyone are you listening and you like this idea as well, you can contact me in the email of the Universal Council. Then if we are many likes this idea, we can take it forward. We can also present to Ella and the Keshe Foundation, see if they likes as well. We can start something together that keep us connected at the physical level. Something that facilitates us to learn and share info. Yeah.
Do you mean a Zoom group?
Yeah. At the moment, I'm just see how many people respond to this. For example, now I already had a few knowledge seekers. They privately told me that they thought was a really good idea. And to repeat, it's just like like the website Work for Work, where you're going to pick, I don't know, work in a biological farm, for example. They will need people to.
They call them woofers.
Pick up. Yeah, that one.
Woofers.
Yeah, exactly that one. But if we do for knowledge seeker, where people who making plasma project, if they need more people to help, because you need to make maybe a big production of guns, so you need people, maybe many people to help you, or you can look for people who is seeker, who are interested to this, to start to come and work, help you with work and have food accommodation, or just said that we'll have a place soon in Norway, and she will also love to have knowledge seeker. So we start to sharing knowledge and sharing information, have something physical where you can eventually we don't need this, but to start with, so just contact me in the Telegram or whatever you think best, and we can bring this forward if you like the idea. Yeah, so we can go forward if maybe we can have some question and answer at the end of it. But if you want to go forward now with the dome, the plasma dome, please do.
plasma dome.
Is Osprey on Sunday?
You want to talk about that now? The Dome of Peace?
I don't know if yeah, if I don't know if Mushfaq wanted to say anything for the Indian community and the Bangladesh. I don't know if they want to say anything.
Yes, yes. I will say some little a little story about representing Hindi community. I'm Shwetanvar, QC Hindi language representing Hindi community, and I want to present as my dear Stefania. Thank you so much. Blessings to you, as you have shown the video how soul works in a unified field and how all souls somehow in the knowingness or unknowingness work together in a way for the benefit of all in the soul level. So I will say this a little story about here in India, as we most of us know about the short stories of Panchatantra and others, Akbar Birbal and all Tenali Rama. I have chosen a story to show how the unified field of souls work sometimes together, knowingly or unknowingly. That goodness comes in a way out from within. So, accumulating the message from the matter, the intense need of doing something for the good of all. So, there was a king, there was an emperor. His name was Akbar, and his according in his court there are courtesans, and a special courtesan was Birbal, his wazir. I will say he advises the emperor on many ways. So, and he's supposed to be a very intelligent, wise man, Birbal. And one day, the emperor asked Birbal, what has happened? Why people don't think in unity? Why don't all people think in unity? What has happened? Is it not possible? From one moment they think in the unity, in the oneness, one. So because Birbal said, my dear emperor, everybody has their point of view and they think separately. But maybe I think sometimes they think in a way for benefit of all, knowingly or unknowingly. The soul knows. So the emperor says how it can be possible, how it can be possible that we witness this unified. I mean, well, I will say this unity of oneness of for the better, a conduct for the better of all. So then Birbal said to the emperor, then emperor, my dear emperor, what you must do, declare to your kingdom everywhere that in the coming new moon, in the night of the new moon, everybody have a pitcher or a bucket, a little bucket full of milk, and there was a well that was dry. Everybody has to pour that milk in that well at the dark of the night. So, and the declaration was made, and the emperor was feeling so foolish. Hey, what is it? Pour milk in a well? So he was a little embarrassed by the declaration. But then Birbal said, "Emperor, just wait for a while and see." Then what happened is, and the night came of the new moon, the darkest night, and the villagers came and poured what has to be done, has been done. They poured the milk, and the next day, the whole thing has became again like that. And the emperor told Birbal, let's go and see what has happened. And through the garden, they walked towards the well. And what the emperor sees is the well was full with water. Then the emperor asked Birbal, Birbal, what is it? It should be filled with milk. Why it is water? Then Birbal said, here is the thought of oneness. All the villagers, knowingly or unknowingly, thought for the benefit of all. It is a well, my dear emperor. And at the night, nobody can see nobody can see nobody clearly. How can one see what is pouring in the well, milk or water? So all in the sense has decided to pour water because that is the wisdom, that is the morale, and that is the need of all. So what they have done is hiding in the pitcher, they have water, not milk. They have all decided to pour milk. Despite the king has declared to pour milk in the well, they decided, their soul decided that this is a well and the water is beneficial to all. So this is what in this they have decided. And it came out that there is water. So all the souls together worked in this unified field of the Creator and created this water for all. So in the knowingness or in the unknowingness, somehow many moments in peace, we do the same thing, but we do not admit it, or we do not know, or we ignore it. We just we all have to understand it that besides the call of the matter, the call of the intense matter, the soul works in a way for benefit of all. We are here not to be served, to be in service to all. So, without banging the door of those who have given their back towards you, don't go there. Go there, those who want you, those who need you. That is the way our unified field works. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Salam, namaste, salute.
So this is Mosfek again, representing Bengali community. Hello, everyone. So as is the custom, I will pick up on where Sweta stopped. The story of Birbal and Emperor Akbar. This story is fascinating in many ways because, and these stories are quite popular, but what is unknown here is that Akbar is one of those wise kings, and his stories remain with us in this form, where he acted in humility as a sort of who doesn't, as a king who didn't understand everything, but he himself was a wise man. And that story is for some other time, but this particular story that Sweta talked about has a lot of interesting elements. So I'll start with the story. And we have our emotions, as did the villagers in the story, and we act on certain things and we feel good about it or bad about it. And this is the interaction of the soul of man with the soul of physicality. Now, and each of us have our own emotions based on our upbringing, our environment, and various other things. But one of the things that is pointed out very well in the story is that the other side that Mr. Keshe talked about in his presentation is the interaction of the soul of man with the soul of creator, or the soul of totality. So that interaction and its and the emotion associated with it does affect the lower level emotions in the interaction of the soul of man and the soul of physicality. And this we see in the story, reflected in the story, that the totality acting in unison, where the individual emotion in each of the person who poured in the well may have been different. But the story is interesting in the sense that how does it apply to us, given the situation that we are living in our present time in this world? So let's try to look at that from a more present time. Bring that story to our life as it exists now. We in different cultures and everywhere, we have our own upbringing and our own situation, and we have our own emotional feelings in various things we do every day. And we also feel that there is a change coming, a change of a global, if not a bigger proportion, unfolding in us. So obviously this is not the interaction of the soul of man with the soul of physicality, something beyond that, something that is part of the totality. So we do have the ability to sense it. So this interaction of the soul of man with the soul of the totality or the creator, however we call it, however we may call it, this feeling is there. Now, how does it relate to these emotions that we are so accustomed to in our daily lives? So it is through the intention. Say, let's say, in a physical situation, this is, I have told this in, as I have talked about earlier about treating people, poor people that come to me with plasma technology and application of the soul level fields. So, often, you see these people, very poor people, and, with their daily lives and problems, and, they have their emotional reactions to these situations. And sometimes these situations are overwhelming to them. And in a way, it also come out when they interact with me, which is talking about their condition, which is some physical manifestation of these emotional interaction, especially in the negative side. So, so am I get affected by these emotions that I see of people that are living a very difficult life? Yes, I do. Now, how do I detach from it? How do I help this person with a higher level fields in that condition? So there, my intention is to help this person to the best of my ability. However little it may be, it is the intention that I have, and there I use the higher level field interaction or my understanding, however little it may be, but because of the intention, it becomes the appropriate action for the given condition. And so there we see that we don't have to detach everything. We have a bit of detachment, but our intention is to understand these feelings at the physical level, at the level of human affairs, and then connect with the higher level fields from the soul of man to the soul of totality, so that we can bring something from some knowledge from there to apply to this side of the curtain between the soul of man and the soul of physicality. So we all can do it, and we all have this ability. And so given the story that Shweta talked about today, that was a collective effort in this direction. And I'm giving you an individual example, although limited, but nevertheless, what it points to is that it is practical. It is not something a pie in the sky, as they say. Something I can do it, you can do it, everybody can do it. And this is what our new understanding, as Mr. Keshe is saying, bringing to us. And what happens by that process? We can bring the peace that we all so desire by that process too, because it is in all our intention. So that peace from that we can understand from the point of view of the soul's interaction with the totality can come to this other side and make all our action peaceful. And here I will also add an interesting element, is that if that exists at that level, even those who are outwardly doing, say, negative things, but they are actually governed by the same. So they too are participating in their own way in bringing down their own system through their action. So maybe some of the things that we are seeing at the level of physicality, which may look destructive, is actually clearing up the path for the peace that we all desire, and clearing it up fast. So perhaps we are all on the same side, and those who don't know any better how to behave at the physical level, they're doing their part, but in bringing down the system, so that rest of us who can work constructively can do their job to bring peace in all of us. So this is a sort of like a simple idea, and it not only brings sort of like a sanity to our emotional upheaval that we are facing in this sort of uncertain time. I'm calling it uncertain, but uncertain at the level of the emotion that's close to our soul of physicality. But at the same time, we have the other feeling from the other side, that of certainty, the certainty of peace coming to this planet. And let's proceed with that certainty, because we all know that it is there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my dear Moshrik. And as you said, thank you so much, that creating the condition, creating the communication, as in the message of the video of my Messiah Shriman M. Keshe, he said that the Creator also needs our creation to understand the existence of all. He shines when we shine. So like this, sometimes this communication, the condition that we create together, even a person who is in a decay position, kind of not understanding, but in a comatose, unconscious way, he does the same as we do. So, well, the question is, the way which we ask, have you wished for peace, is not a question anymore. You want peace, you need peace. It's not a condition anymore. It is you. You have to be in the unified field. You have to create from within you. We are not going to create the condition for you. You are going to create, all of you, I, me, you, and then there is everywhere. So like this, to create the condition of peace, and then to follow the ethos, the Creator shines, as we shines too. We need each other more than anything. So thank you, my dear Moshfik. I will say, as a Bengali community, part of Bengali community, I will say, my dear Moshfik, love from the core of my heart and soul, my dear, and blessings of Ma. And I will say it in Bengali, প্রিয় Moshfik, তোমাকে অশেষ ভালোবাসা হৃদয় দিয়ে আর মায়ের আশীর্বাদ সবসময় তোমার সাথে। Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Salam, namaste, salute.
Okay, who would like to read or describe the Dome of Peace?
Yeah, would be great. Yeah, would be great if it's not me, because I already talked. If someone would like to read this, anyone here present, I don't know if Gatwa or yeah. No, anyone here, maybe Sylvie. I don't know if there is anyone who would.
Yes.
Like to read it. Okay, everyone shine. John, would you like to read it?
Fine.
Okay, everyone is shine. Okay, I will. Yeah, come on. Yeah, read it. Yeah, please.
I
Thank
hope
you.
to be able to interpret the writing. The letters are a bit blurry. The Dome of Peace from Mr. Keshe. Please remember this Sunday that every Sunday from now on until we raise the soul of this planet to a peaceful planet, KF knowledge seekers worldwide will spread the GANS waters around the world at 12 p.m. CEST in this moment, and or 18 hours past meridian CEST every Sunday at the same time as they choose which time to suit them. Thank you for participating in this greatest movement by the soul of the man to bring about the peace on this planet as a permanent feature of the life on this planet.
Thank you, my dear John. Beautiful.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you, John.
Yes, thank you. And I also want to add that this spray, this worldwide spray for the peace dome, for the peace home, is going on, and our knowledge seeker Liliana Lopez has the courage of doing this, inviting all knowledge seekers from all over the world at the same time, as she has posted in the Telegram and chat several times, that to join the spray. And please join and be a part of this beauty to create oasis in every piece of land as one, in the oneness of one planet, one race, in world peace and one nation. So be there. It's a heart and soul invitation from her to all. And please attend. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, John, as well. Yeah, this is like Mr. Keshe said before, is another ways how we learning how to connect. We learn to connect at the soul level. So this, and also we've by spray the guns and by connecting the guns to one another, we can create this plasma dome. Obviously, as you know, the more we practice, the more we understanding, the more we sharing knowledge, and the more we understand that there is enough, we can create everything, and we don't need to have a fear of anything. No problem or shortage of food or water. These things, they will not be able to be a problem once we really understand and practice and learn this technology and this knowledge. So that it's, at the end of the day, is how the universe works. In space, you got no engine, you got no fuel, you got no food. So once we embrace this technology, we're gonna learn how to master all this, and then we're gonna have a paradise on Earth. Yeah, so really good. I can wait. Thank you, Rick.
Hello, this is again Shweta Anwar, UC Hindi language, and this is an invitation to join the Universal Council membership or Universal Council support membership, my dear beautiful souls. Welcome to the foundation, and it is also a call of love, an appeal of love from the foundation to join. And as we are all universal beings in nature, as we are not told before, anybody from anywhere can join. I especially appeal to the younger generation to join, as there is a lot to do for all, for the benefit of all, as I have told the story. So please join us and join the Universal Council membership and Universal Council support membership. And as we see, creating the condition is the most important thing. As I also salam, namaste, salute to Liliana, that she is creating the condition for everybody to attend to spray for the peace dome on behalf of so many, those who don't know even. I will call them innocent. So this is the way we are doing, and there is an application. Jerry, can you open the application? There's an application to fill by the person who wants to be the Universal Council member or Universal Council support member. So there's the application. Here's the Universal Council page. See the color of the violet flame. I say the color of the purity, and the flame which burns all that is not needed, burns out. So this is the page, and there is all information, messages for all the truth seekers who wanted the truth. This is the logo of the Universal Council, and you can see how Mitra, the enlightened one, is taking the essence towards within the other side. The other side can be again coming out from the within. So there's a transition time going, and we are carrying with ourselves the essence of being a human being here and to be a universal being forever. So this is the way all light works. It converges according to your wish. The light bends according to your wish. So don't entangle in the intense matter. Understand the unified field of the soul and how humanity as collective. Humanity means all. The trees, the animals, all needs, the air, the water, all needs to get in the oneness, to get in the purity of this violet flame. So this is the application, my dear beautiful souls. This is the application, the most beautiful color of purity, love, light, kindness. And fill it with your soul pen, fill it with your pen, a physical pen, and give present to others, so that they can understood well, peace is very necessary. And as a guide, you can guide all those people, those who don't know. I am doing the same in a way, not very much, but I'm trying not to bang the door, what I was doing many, many times ago, but to understand, to wish. So, wish is the most beautiful thing you can do it in totality. This is the biggest charity one can do for all. So, fill the form, my dear, and be the Universal Council member or Universal Council support or be the universal being. There is another slide for the link of the document. If you are filling the form to join the Universal Council membership and Universal Council support membership, please bear with us as these intense moments are going on, and every application will be evaluated and with undue respect being taken as needed. So don't stand by, my dear ones. So this is the link to the documents of the UC Charter, which is necessary to see for those who are joining to help as collective for humanity. A soul can be explained. That is the beauty of it. The UC mandate, which is very mandatory, you have to go through this. We all have gone through this. And because of this, we are in this level. We understand the ability of our soul to create the new, the wonderful, the beauty and totality. And the Earth Constitution, which is very necessary as we are creating the oasis all around the world, in each part or in each piece of land, to create the knowledge, to understand the transition, to understand to be in the universal community. So the Earth Constitution is very necessary to go through as we are still here and we have to leave from here. To leave, we have to understand where we are actually really. So, and the most important is the peace roadmap, the yellow silk road, the golden road of peace, my dear ones. We are not only walking, we are dancing, singing together. This is the way we go to bring, like a marriage going on, festival going on, and we are uniting with each other to become a household, a family so big. So, so there is a way we can feel how detachment is going on. Detachment means what you don't need anymore. That can be emotion, that can be a thought process of society, that can be energy you don't need, that can be you to get transmuted in a way that you cannot understand what a misconduct is. You just have to be there. As Marshbeck said, you are there, you are wishing. Wishing is the most important thing. And the fields like the daisy, you can see the flower like the moon and the moonlight. The moon is there and the light is everywhere, like that. So please sign the peace treaty. If you have not signed it, this is not a question, not an answer. It is an invitation from soul to soul, my dear, to work in the unified field of the Creator. So thank you very much and welcome again, my dear ones. Join the foundation, join the beautiful energy of beauty and totality of the Creator. Experience, stand by the mechanism of soul explained. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. And salam, namaste, salute. Thank you, my dear Rick. And if there are any questions and any answer or advice or a sharing of love, please do. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Shweta. So we'll open up the this part of the workshop to questions and answers and comments. We did have a question from Jane in the YouTube who asks, who are the members of the Universal Council and how are they selected? you could see on the previous slide here that we have a list of the universal members and their email address for the various languages. And can someone answer, how were the members of the Universal Council selected?
I will, Rick, can I say something a little?
Yes, certainly.
Actually, dear Jane, if you are filling the form of the Universal Council member or Universal Council support, then the application will be evaluated in a way in the moment with a security check, and that is not selection. There is no selection. There is acceptance. There is receiving, and every application is received in a way, and we go through the security check and all the process that has to be done, and the universal member will come out, and the Universal Council support member will come out and appear in a way that there is no selection, but there is then receiving in a way, a whole beauty and totality. If you understand me, my dear, that is the way, because there is no selection here. There is a receiving. So we'll receive, we all will receive, the administration will receive, and there is a process that the application will go through. And if you haven't signed the peace treaty, first of all, you have to sign the peace treaty and understand, fill the form, and the evaluation will go on, and everything will be received in a way. So there is no selection. There is always receiving and giving. Thank you so much.
Rika, I just would like to add, thank you, Sweta, for this. I would like also to act, for example, in Italy, we're still waiting for a lot of application for the Universal Council supporter being finalized. So the waiting time are also very, very long, but only due to the fact that we have always not many volunteers and a lot of work to do. So the people who are working, they're very overloaded. So sometimes the waiting, it's quite long. If you've been waiting a long time, just remind the Universal Council supporter of your language group or Universal Council of your language group to remind the education in the Keshe Foundation education for the application. But it's always because they're always overworking. That's why it's very important also to apply as a volunteer, as the foundation really needs as many as volunteers as possible for any task. So the more we are, the easier it becomes for everyone. Just to remind this, if you've been waiting a long time, don't discourage. Just continuous, do what you're doing, and then remind the application to your language group.
Okay, we've got a hand up with Ike here as one of the attendees. Would you like to go ahead, Ike?
No, I'm sorry, that was an error.
Oh, okay.
Hello. Good afternoon, everybody. I just I remember when I heard somebody saying at the time that for being UC, you just listen to your heart. If you feel there is a call in your heart to join UC member, just do that. It's a matter of your heart. And then you just let yourself go and do the process. Man, you are not forced. You are, if your heart is not with you, it doesn't call you, you are not for that. So I thought it's a good idea that you listen to your heart also. Thank you.
Point, Mariness, thank you.
Thank you very nice. Yeah, because I know for a fact there are people who, some people ask me. I had a person said to me, she said to me she feels like she would love to. She's like she got this call. So if you feel like you got a call, I think Mariness, it's very important what you said. Just follow your heart. This is the main things. Yeah, very important. Yeah, just do. Yeah, and see what happens.
I think some people might be wondering what the word Mithra is about. Can get some of the Universal Council members describe that a little bit? Mithra was mentioned by Mr. Keshe in the excerpt from the Knowledge Seekers workshop that we listened to.
Yes, Rick, we can listen to the excerpt from the Knowledge Seeker workshop. That would be beautiful. That will be.
Well, we already listened to it, is what I'm saying. And
okay. Yes, Mitra. Mitra is the light of the enlightened one. As you know, Mitra is the light of all, the enlightened one, the flame of love, the flame of kindness, the light of love. And basically, as the sun shines and the rays comes in, and these rays, the wonderful way the rays was carried by the Mitra to us all in a unity, in a unified field. So Mitra is like the mother, it's like the woman holding the household, creating all the abundance needed. So Mitra is the light of the enlightened one, the light for all, that is. So in essence, we can say we are in the light of Mitra. In a way, when we receive the knowledge that is given from the Creator, we became, Mitra means friends. We are friends with each other. The mother came for all to be friends with each other, not to be in the battles, not to be in the war, but to be in the knowledge of love and light. In the realm of mother, in the realm of Mitra, there is no war, there is no battle, there is only, even though not pain and suffering, there is only love and kindness and light of knowledge of the Creator. So this is Mitra, the shining light of the enlightened one, the Creator. So this is what I understand. Thank you, my dear Rick.
Maybe I want to a little bit more of the historical side of Mitras maybe may help here. That is, Mitra was a prophet a female prophet who was on this planet about 8,000 to 9,000 years ago. Pretty much most of that history is unknown to us, and the three religions, the Judaism, Islam, and Christianity, has a lot of elements that originate from that time. And I'm just summarizing a little bit, and this is what Mr. Keshe has talked about it in quite a bit details in the past Knowledge Seekers workshop. The interesting part about Mitra is that her soul at the present moment is on this planet. So, and this feminine energy, which has been absent in many of the planetary contexts, is making its presence felt at this moment. So I'm just shortening the whole thing quite a bit, but nevertheless, this gives some idea of where the word comes from.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that. And any other comments or questions from our attendees? I'll remind the attendees you can put your virtual hand up and we can allow you to speak. And the hand just popped up as I spoke. So Salamia, would you like to go ahead?
Hello, my dear friends. Hello, Rick. So nice to hear from all of you. Thank you very much, Rick. Mitra is the essence of understanding of plasma science, is a feminine principle of creation. My beloved Mitra is a confirmation of the beloved creator. He created her to confirm his existence. And Mitra is the soul of all messenger of the creator, messenger of God, is the same soul. And this soul is from divine race, created race. And for this reason is eternal. Beloved Mother Mitra came on the earth to bring light, love, and peace to humanity. And not only once, she comes from times to times to remind to the people of this planet that we are divine creature and we co-create together with Mother Mitra, with the creator. And if we are co-creator, we need to create something which is like light, is light. And we have to create love around us, unity at the soul level, because we are members of the same community, universal community. We are a part of the common field, pre-magnetic, unified field. We are part of these fields because we are created from these fields. As a plasma, we are created from this combination of fields, magnetical and gravitational, together in unity, in equilibrium, in harmony. Beloved Mitra just inspired me to write in Romanian, and after I translated in English, and I just published on 10 July this with the help of my Indian friends. And I put here as a link for you. You can read it and enjoy it. Is a travel inside us. And we are like the universe, the micro universe. And we travel to reach every cup, 7 cups of the universe, to interact with all these cups in order to understand. Every cup is a soul. We start with the soul. We start with the soul of physicality. We continue with a cup of physicality. We continue with a cup of inertia of the planet, with the soul of the planet, soul of the universe, and soul of the creator. This is a 7 cup. The soul of the creator. We will go back from our origin. We were created from the divine race, and we go back there. We'll unify with the source, and there will be the real peace, our real existence, our real being. Mitra is a feminine principle like Eve, is a principle of creation like Shakti, which created the universe, like Brahman, Shiva, and Shakti, this trinity, which create and sustain and deplete the energy of the universe in order to create in a continue, like a continuity. Mitra just came, and I hope that starting from 3rd August, Iran will play a peaceful role at the international system level. On 3rd August is a Saint Salomea, is a birthday of the name of Salomea, which means peace. And nothing is all'improvisto. So I feel from the bottom of my heart that something good will happen from the humanity. People forgot to talk about peace, and Universal Council has this noble mission to remind to universal community and to our community to create peace. But we can't create if we will not talk about this, because talking and feeling has an influence, emotion. We communicate by emotion with the universe, because universe has also emotion, and God has emotions. It's necessary to feel in our inner self peace. And if we feel it, we emanate it in all our relations, starting from family, from bigger family, which is our ethnic community, national community, and planetary community as a unique race, human race. One word, peace, means Mitra, and this only word will solve all the problems of our Terra, or our blue planet. I hope that people which listen to us today will put again and again and again the wish to achieve peace equilibrium, harmony, based on unity and love in our feelings, in our thought, in our way of speaking, in our actions, and in all our projects, future projects. This project of enhancement unit in every city, in every locality, will bring peace, because humanity needs something physical, something tangible, and this unit is something tangible which contains something intangible. For the unity and from the well-being of human beings, vegetables, mineral from all the planet. We were created noble, just to remember our noble origin, divine origin. And Mother Mitra came here with this message. Don't forget, all we are the messenger of peace. We are the messenger of knowledge, the plasma science, the science of the soul, which will be offered to humanity in exchange of signing the peace treaty with the soul. I hope that our message of universal council will reach the soul of all leaders, scientific leaders, political leaders, religious leaders, and all kinds of leaders which are in charge with the building of the kingdom of peace on this earth. Thank you very much, and let's wish again for peace together, and make a star formation and put the Mother Mitra in the middle, and she will create and she will feed our souls.
Can I think the soul of Mitra is the closest things to Creator. I think everybody, those who have been in the universe for a long time and have done a lot of service and giving, they get very close to God, to the Creator. And Mitra should be one of those very, very close, so part of or very close to. And as she said, my friend, is the love and light. And as far as love and light, for me, there is no sexuality. When Mitra wants to reveal, can be a man or a woman, and makes no difference. And we are blessed and helped to have Mitra on earth, to see things going for the right way. If I can answer, a friend, Ginger, who asked about the commandments, if Rick permits me. Commandments, you can find it in English in the Keshe Foundation site.org. And I think it's the home or the first thing is you see the commandments on the site. And then when we were taught about that at first, I don't know, it was 2016 or 17. There had been courses, at least 10 sessions, different places in One Planet, One Nation, in Seoul sessions. They were talked about that. They were talked about. They were opened up. And she asked the detachment also is in the whole thing. So if you go to Soul Teachings in the archive, you can find the teachings that explains and talks about that.
Yeah, that wasn't the question though, Mehran. The question is, could someone please clarify where Dr. Keshe accessed the 24 commandments and in what language? And then she goes on to say, I shared with Dr. Danny Ben Gigi, scholar of Hebrew World, previous to Arizona State, I've studied with for many years, and he could not find it. It's checking with another biblical scholar also. What is the one language that is used to unify? That was another question. Sorry.
Yes.
So she's wondering,
the question
where did the commandment, the 24 commandments, come from?
The question is that Moses has never delivered that to men because it was not fitting his lifestyle. So he brought only down the 10 commandments and he broke the other commandments. So, and where it comes from the source, the same source that Mr. Keshe says Mitra is on earth, that Mr. Keshe talks about how life is in a space, and the source of all that is the same source. It's told by Mr. Keshe.
Beautiful, Mehran. That's a really good way to put it. That's exactly what I would say.
Thank you.
So that should help Ginger, others that are wondering, what is the source of this knowledge? And yes, that's the question answers itself. It is the source. So,
and if we refer to our judgments and see where have been wrongness started, we can see that if they were added to our precepts and cultures, it could have stopped a lot of misunderstandings and bloodshed and this whole superiority attitudes, this whole attitude of me, because it says your love and life for everybody. You feed your enemy and your friends. So logically also we see that it fits into the ethical part of our consciousness, because if you want a society without war, with equality and happiness for everybody, it fits into this ethics.
so Ginger asks, how do I access this source?
I just know it's on the site in the I mean, it can be studies on
No. I think she's talking about source with a capital S. The capital S. So I think she means the source where Mr. Keshe got it. How can she get it from that same source?
It's not material. It has to do with love and light, and so a lot of giving.
How can she access it?
Well, you live thousands of years of giving and doing good, and then you can have access direct to the source. I don't know.
So you have to just go through a few thousand years of learning, let's say, and bingo, you're there, right? No problem. So, well, that's actually a good answer, I think. I mean, if we know that we are eternal or that we're not mortal, then we're already there in a way. We know that we can go through multiple lives or multiple experiences as a soul and access, the source. We keep moving toward the source.
Didn't Ginger ask this question in a Knowledge Seekers workshop or in some location to Mr. Keshe? And he gave a very interesting answer. But in essence, I could just say that, and I could be off, but he said the Creator knows what was delivered to Moses, and you can figure out the rest of it.
Also in the
that's good. Go ahead, Stephanie. Sorry.
Yeah. Also, in what we just listened from Mr. Keshe at the beginning, in that talk, he says is how by collectively working together, we one wish that is world peace. So if every day in everyday life, in everything that you do, if you bring that concept, that wish to your action, so we have the power of action and reaction, and we are constantly connected to the source. But we have to be creating condition where we all, as one, we have the same wish, that is peace. And only then, when we achieve peace collectively, we will have access to everything. So this is what the knowledge that Mr. Keshe bring to us, that we need to learn more, understand more as a collective, and work together as a collective. And all this will be, this knowledge will be given to us. We already actually have access to it. We have to just, in a daily practice, practice this peace and no worries, be happy, and just do what the mind and the body feels. Everything to what have to be in one line. If you noticed, he said we got this constant thread between the physical body and the Creator and the universe. We are all one, but that thread, it's has to work. We have to all go in the same direction, the same line. That is, we can daily work on our conduct. That it's where self-responsibility works. So if you know that everything you do has got a reaction to it and you're responsible for it, he said the time of thinking somebody else is responsible is finished. That's why kingship or give responsibility to somebody else, that it doesn't apply anymore. So the knowledge is here, the technology is here. We have to just start to making a home this way of thinking, this way. It's not a new way, but this way of thinking. And once that happened, that collectively we all do this, we're gonna have access to everything. So no problem of anything. So no need to worry. There is nothing to worry.
Stephania, how would you approach the question from Ginger regarding religions. She says, no religions are to be part of this concept, and yet I hear many from each of you. And perhaps she's hearing, concepts that we talk about, like creator or Mitra and so on and so forth, and might be associating that with religion.
Yes, because it makes sense, because religion has always been used, similar word, similar concept. The only difference between what Mr. Keshe teaching has, this is my understanding, is self-responsibility. So with religion, you separate yourself from you and God. So so you think that there is a God out there, that he will judge you if you do something good and wrong. Now, the difference of here, we still say the word gods, we still say the word of Mitra, we still say many words that maybe religious people do, but the only difference is that you are the responsible one. You are God. You are God. You are physical body. You are soul of the man. You are all of those things. So there is no, you don't separate yourself from something else. So the difference is that in this way of thinking, you cannot separate yourself from anything else. So you are God, you are the creator, you are Jesus, you as a ginger, you are, so it's your responsibility where you tap into. So if you understand that we're one, and there is no separation, there is no bad and good, there is not right and wrong. So once you take off the separation, it's where also why we call one city, one planet, one race, or we call one city, one center, because there is no separation in the universe. So this is the difference between this and religious. That's why you cannot have religions, because you cannot give your responsibility to somebody else. You are the creator. Like Mr. Keshe just said just now, that if you understand the talk of last week, he said you create your future as you speak. So we are creating the situation that we are in by our action, and then it's got a ripple effect. So that's why it's so important what each one of us does. And can be, doesn't matter if it's small or big things. You have to come to the situation where now you don't do to others what you don't want to be done to you. That is essential. So you can look around your daily life and see if everything you do, you will not do to others. So that the things you don't do to others is where we have to work together to find a way to stop that, change that, so that is what we can do, yeah. So we got a lot of power, and there is no reason to be afraid of anything once we understand this.
I would also add to Ginger's question. She also mentioned that this doesn't make any sense. So I will tell Ginger, my dear Ginger, you have to be sensitive enough to sense, to be in balance, to understand what is to be accessed and what is not. So whatever is there is within you. Don't compare all the knowledge with the religion. So, God. No. There are more questions from you. Why? So material. Why you are going to the library so much? Attend the knowledge seekers. You have asked questions to my Messiah, Shriman M. Keshe. He answered your questions. Still you have questions more and more. This will be difficult. It will breathe out. So understand, be in the balance. I'll say to Ginger. Thank you.
Hello, Ginger. Mitra just explained that all religions are only one. And the name is theology. And this theology explains how we were created and how the universe was created. And this, between science and theology, is not difference. So we don't have difference between religions. We have only one religion, and the name is theology. And we do not have a difference between science and theology, because both of them want to reach the truth. And what is truth? Truth means what is our origin. Science is interested to find the origin. Also, all religion, which are only one, explains our cosmogony of the small universe and of the big universe. So this is a common denominator, the truth. We are knowledge seekers, and we are seekers of the truth. We are knowledge seeker as a scientist, and we are truth seekers from the theological point of view. This is my understanding from what Mr. Keshe teach us. Thank you very much.
And if I could add one other thing, that the Ayatollahs, the imams, and the rabbis at the highest levels think Mr. Keshe is the Mehdi, the promised one, the one that's going to unite the languages and the nations. But when I asked him that directly, he said, "We are here to serve, not to be served." So I'll just add that. But I think if you follow up with these scholars at the highest level, you'll find out more.
Yeah, she goes on in the chat to say there are 54 different definitions for the word God in 17 Hebrew, 35 Greek, only one for creator. I do not understand the anomaly of using a machine when we have this understanding.
The machine are like crutches. They are just there to use them to understand better. So, for example, when you have
hand.
Yeah. For example, when you have a cup, for example, I never done a cup before until the what's happening now. And just by doing the cup, I learn other way how the fields interact. So there are just different tools you can choose. Someone maybe doesn't need any tool. I can go straight to use their own body as the teachers or the environment around them to learn from the nature. If you just look yourself around the stars and the trees, when you walk in the forest, there is no war, so you just look around you and you see the truth of the work of the universe. But also he said that we are responsible. So for example, now the animals, they're eating each other's. We're responsible because we put ourselves in the place of the king of the forest. So we have the responsibility of start this process of peace, of being equal to each other, and don't do to others what you don't want to be done to you. So it's such simple things. So we have to learn through, for example, these technologies. For example, the guns can teach you that you don't need to eat as much, or they help you to feel these feelings of joy and content and happiness. So they're all things that you can use to recall those feelings and replicate. We have the power to replicate everything in our mind. That's why our wish is our command. So we just have to get a little bit more responsible, self-responsible of what we do
what we think. So that's why Mr. Keshe finished with do good, be good, act good. You know, all these things have to be as one. Even in the way you work, you live, have to be with this concept. So that's what we're learning, and you can do in many ways. Even the enhancement unit is there just to facilitate us, because as you know, there is a lot of pollution in the air, a lot of toxin in the food, but if you go back to the center, so the enhancement unit can help you to enhance. That's why it's enhancement unit. So it's up to enhance what you already are. Because maybe now it's a bit more difficult, because we always been brought up to think differently. We always brought up to think it's somebody else's responsibility, our happiness. So we just gradually, like a gym, we practice through different tools. You pick the one you like, and maybe, you know, and see what works better, but from the same goal of this oneness and this feeling of peace and feeling of joy. So every time during the day you're reading a bad news, or you're reading something that make you feel not happy, you just have to learn how to go back to the center. So go back to that unity, because if you know we are one, you cannot be scared of your own self. And the world is as you dream, so the dream become reality. So we're just learning how to achieve that easier and easier each time, and eventually we become second nature, and we'll be brought to our daily life like nothing. So it's like Mr. Keshe said, things are very simple. We are the one who complicate it. But together we can, you know, come out of that and start this where we're supposed to be, this peace on earth.
Okay, thank you, Stefania. It's a point I'd like to bring up here. Through this discussion today, and in the last 177 One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace, we've often talked about peace and how to find that inner peace. We've talked about love, the source, oneness, Mithra, the mother, unconditional love. Feeling the fields is what we talk about a lot. Connection with others, connection with the universe. And here's Ginger that says, thank you all. Interestingly, Keshe Foundation does not include the heart in it. And I thought, my jaw almost dropped to the floor. Anyway, I'd like to let that as it is right now. We did have an attendee with a hand up here. Gail, did you wish to say something?
Yes, please. For me, this is really quite simple. I use my common sense most of the time. I try, and we're focused on peace. If you want to focus on the right thing, then it's do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I don't think we can have peace if everybody is lying to each other, and if everybody is stealing from each other, and all the rest is common sense. So we're created in the image of the Creator. So it's easy. It's very easy. And I want to thank Mehran for making it. I really felt so good after her explanations. It's beautiful. So common sense, you don't want somebody lying and stealing and all the rest of the commandments. That's my take. And we definitely have heart in this foundation for sure. We even look at the creation of the heart. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, my dear.
again, the moment you separate, so Ginger, by saying that, again, she separates us from the art, for example, no? So we have to forget the separation, and that automatically you're one. So not judging, all these things, be humble, all these things are guidelines to take that direction.
She says, just speaking from this, speaking of the science, soul from the brain. Misunderstood, so sorry.
So Ginger was telling that we are heartless. That is science for her. Thank you, Ginger, for remaining like that.
You could perhaps see that idea because Mr. Keshe talks about the soul in the brain, in the center of the brain, and the emotions around that central source point. So we access that source from the emotions. The emotions are like the interface between the soul and the soul of physicality. So where's the heart there, in a way? But yet the heart, the heart works into it, because when you get into the emotion, that's where we feel the emotion in the physicality, even though it is a layer of the brain where the actual emotions are forming around that central core as a buffer, basically a protector for the soul. And we talk about letting the soul out of its cage. Well, that's just going through those layers of emotion and detaching and allowing that soul to be free. So, and that always involves the heart. The heart gets involved because love is the key to accessing the source. That's the connection. That is the connector that connects everything. And whatever we understand, on whatever level we understand that love, from I love my puppy all the way to unconditional love of the totality, is where we find ourselves. That's our positioning, in my opinion.
Yeah, heart is a bit of the universe. So like you said, when you have unconditional love, if you start from the feelings of unconditional love, it has to come from the heart of the beat, for the beat of the heart.
Heartbeat, yes, right. That's very important. And it doesn't come from our brain. We don't, we don't make that feeling connection with the fields or with others in our brain, really. It's more of a feeling that's felt in the physicality, through the physicality. And usually in the heart area or solar plexus. And according to that beat, the beat is important too. So anyway, I think there was just a misunderstanding there rather than being critical. She says, no, please forgive. So all is good. We all do have a heart, and we all are connecting on that level, and that's what overcomes everything. So once you understand that we all do have that heart connection, it becomes easy after that. If only the world leaders would recognize that.
Yeah, it's the strongest fields of the universe. Unconditional love. And yes, so it's very, very powerful. It's where that is the big, in the moment it's a feeling. So Mr. Keshe said many times, the moment you think is not it. So it's that feelings that comes, this unconditional love. It's very powerful. So to be able to, start to trigger that. And we always know that the first things that change is the heartbeat. Is the heartbeat. That's why when you met the first love of your life, when you are falling in love, the first things happen to you, your heartbeat, it changes speed. So that is what we have to recreate all the time with everything.
If we are trying to learn about ourselves, they haven't taught in our religions of their parents and before that, what's the soul of a man? What can we do to change our soul, to better our soul, to better our chances for future? In here, we are trying to learn about our souls. And if we learn about our souls, we don't have any religious person bring a book from 1,000 years, 3,000 years, who knows what the message has been done because there was no printing, what errors, what personal benefits. And they come and tell me you do that for your soul. You understand the difference? We're trying to understand, who am I? That's what Plato has said. That's what all the philosophers had been looking for during the history. And now we are trying to learn what's my soul. And when we learn what's my soul, we see there is no hatred, no racism, no following diverse ideologies in the name of religion or gurus in the soul. So that's all we try to learn, really going to our source of being, the part which has been hidden for us. No knowledge was talking about that. We had theology. We didn't have knowledge of my soul. That's the unreasonable thing that we are trying to do in here, which may not be a science because it's new. But that's what we want to learn. And we think that's the only thing that's worthwhile for us at this moment. And we wish peace for all humanity, no matter who. That's love, in my opinion.
Thank you, Mehran. Okay, we're coming up on 2.5 hours here. Would the universal community like to continue, or do we have any more questions or comments?
We finished the presentation for today. No last question or answer. Who would you like to read this? Baroness, would you like to read it?
Snap had his microphone open. Did you want to say something there, Snap?
Yeah.
Well, maybe not. Okay, go ahead, whoever would like to read this. Mehran or someone else?
Yes, thank you. I give freely from my soul to all souls in existence. Take what you need. The Universal Council.
I am present.
I'm present.
Present.
And I am present. And I'd like to thank everyone for attending today's 178th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace on Tuesday, July 13th, 2021. Lots of invigorating discussion and insights here brought to us by the Universal Council and others. Thank you everyone for the questions and comments. It's a very good session, I think. And we look forward to another one next week, same time and place on Tuesday, July 20th. And we also have the Keshe Plasma Reactor group coming up as usual at 7 a.m. Central European Time on Wednesday, July 14th. And then, of course, the Knowledge Seekers Workshop coming up Thursday, July 15th at 9 a.m. Central European Time. Is there any other announcements or things we should say here?
Rick, I have posted in the chat about the Liliana Lopez spraying Sunday international spraying. There is a time, and anybody can join from anywhere.
I don't see it in the chat, Shweta. Maybe you hit the send button.
Okay, okay, I'll try.
Perhaps it's not able to send or something. There's TV Galactica with Marie and Raphael, I'm reminded, by Stefania as well. And is that tonight, Stefania, at midnight?
Rick, I have posted, my dear Rick, I have posted.
Yes.
Okay, good. Thanks, Shweta. I see you're posting, and thank you.
Thank you so much.
With the, I'll try to get that into our other places as well here. It looks like it's been cut off. Your message was cut off before the link, actually. So, but they can use the access code and room number. It should be good enough. I'll put that into the links here. And that was for the spraying on Sunday. That shouldn't be May 30th. That should be it's the proper date. It's in July. It'll be July 18th.
Is every Sunday?
Yeah, it should say July 18th, not May 30th. July
Rick, I sent you a short message in the chat before the session closes.
Rick, I have tried the message of Liliana to come completely, but it is not pasting completely. It is the same thing. So there is the ID and okay.
The information is there. You just have to change the date. That's the main thing. It's got the Zoom number and the access code, so that should work, I think. Thank you, Sweta. Yes, and the thing with the TV Galactica was at midnight tonight with Marie and Raphael. You can access TV Galactica through their Facebook site and I believe through the YouTube as well. Okay, I think that'll wrap it up. I'm going to play the donate video to end the session today. And by the way, the background image for the One Planet, One Race for today was donated by Jedi Simon. It's very nice images he's enabled us to use for some of the backgrounds of the public teachings. Thank you, Jedi. Okay, I'll play the donation video and then we'll end the session. Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.
Earth and join humanity. Hello. We are the Keshe Foundation. Our mission is to bring peace on Earth and join humanity with the universal community. We wish and work to bring man as equal to all beings in the universe. By teaching plasma science and technology equally to everyone, no one is left out and no one is abused due to lack of knowledge. By donating to us, you can help achieve this goal. KesheFoundation.org/donate